Hey guys, Grandma Divorce here. Happy Mother's Day. Let me ask you a question. If your narc ex planned a whole outing on Mother's Day where he basically picked up the kids at the crack of dawn, knowing that it was Mother's Day, would you in turn take back Father's Day? Because in my opinion, if you want to spend Mother's Day with the children, that's totally fine. But that means Father's Day is now Mother's Day. And I have in my right mind to be petty as fuck and tell him so. Or slyly mark it on our family calendar as, hey, this day is no longer Father's Day. It is now Mother's Day. Or it is Mom's Day, not Dad's Day. And the fact that he doesn't understand why we got divorced, that is what baffles me. It's really inconsiderate things like this was one of the reasons why I fell out of love with him. Years of doing the surface level work so that way he could be labeled a good person, a good dad, a good husband, while behind closed doors he was incompetent, never bothered to learn what I like, what I value, unless he was trying to love bomb me into taking him back. And the irony is, I might as well have Father's Day. Because it seems like lately he only wants to be a surface level father. He just wants to do the bare minimum thing so it seems like he's in his children's life, but also at the same time basically doing nothing to contribute to them as a father. I honestly don't understand how one man can say some things and do the exact opposite and doesn't realize there's a problem with that. For instance, one time I remember him standing on my doorstep talking about how he was a good man, he was a good provider. I think that's the problem with these provider types. They think that money is the be all end all. They think as long as they are gainfully employed, that they're a catch. They are not willing to do the mental load that it needs and requires of a partner. There are so many examples of him doing surface level dad shit so that way he looks like he's a good dad. But I'll just give you the most recent ones. Recently in mediation, he basically said to the mediator that he comes and picks up the kids every single day from school. Since I've basically had the kids full time now, that is basically the only time he gets to see them. He said to the mediator, I really would like if my wife would have the kids ready as soon as I come and pick them up. Mind you, he comes to the door 15 minutes early, okay? If you know anything about getting the kids ready in the morning, it's not just about waking them up, right? You still have to get them dressed. I make them hot lunch and hot breakfast every single day. And I also have to get myself ready too. He basically admitted to the mediator that they're never late to school. He just doesn't like waiting for them in his car. He does these creepy things, he would ring the doorbell and literally not wait for me to open the door. He would just literally walk back to the car. That's another thing in itself. Men, gentlemen, trying to teach their boys how to be gentlemen and how to be a secure man doesn't do shit like that. So you standing on somebody's doorstep talking about how you're a good man, when you do stuff like that, all it says is you're a weak man. But anyway, back to my story. So he was telling the mediator all this stuff, requesting that I have them ready earlier. And I said to the mediator, well, if it's a problem, because he's only waiting 5 or 10 minutes, really, he is welcome to come in and help the kids get ready for school. Of which he replied, I can't because my new girlfriend wouldn't like it. First off, if you could spot a red flag from anywhere, that would be it. But second, my thought is okay, so all you're basically saying is that I don't want the responsibilities of being a dad. I just want to make it look like I'm there for my kids by picking them up to go to school. But I don't want to do any of the other fatherly duties, like help them simply put their shoes on. And then this weekend, him and his narc girlfriend decided that they want to go camping. So he basically told me that he wasn't going to one of the kids' games. And that's totally fine. Because at the end of the day, when my kids get older, guess who they're going to remember coming to every single game, every single outing? Not their dad. Look, I've been having a lot of trouble lately trying to keep my opinions to myself. I'm trying to learn to let things play out the way they need to play out. But it's really hard sometimes not making snarky remarks like, hey, you don't really need to ask your girlfriend's permission to come to this because you're not invited. Also, wherever you shoved your balls, I hope you find them soon. It's really important to remember that some of these things that you want to say out loud is not necessary. Because all these little poor decisions they do based on prioritizing somebody else above their children is just deteriorating their relationship with them in the future. Especially since your kids are going to be teenagers soon And we have to remember they are adults way longer than they are kids. And this generation of kids we are raising is very different than my generation. This generation of kids is about mental health, mental awareness, and they're not going to have relationships with people that are not good for their soul. So that's it. That's my rant for today. Hopefully your co-parenting situation is going better than mine. Make sure you subscribe to keep up on my other rants. And honestly, if you're going through the same thing or you're literally wanting to talk shit about your ex, comment below. Talk to you next time. Bye.